Hello, I'm Hellen Wanjohi, and I'm here in Komb Green Park in Nairobi, Kenya, a powerful example of locally led climate and nature leadership, and one of WRI's stories to watch for 2025. Just a few years ago, this park was a dirty dumping ground, an unusable patch of land where criminals would hang out. A bridge had been built, but the river was full of rubbish and waste that had piled up for 2 decades. Every year, when the rains came, floods would cover this area with all kinds of waste and debris from the river. At the time, no one could imagine it was possible to create the lush green space you see now. But with community leadership, the whole area was transformed. The rubbish and waste were removed from the river, the unstable banks built up, grass and bamboo planted. Many who took part in the work were men and boys who had been caught up in crime. The space provided an opportunity, a chance to reform their lives and give something back to the community. And out of a place of neglect and risk, they created a space that brings value and joy. Komb Green Park here in Nairobi is a great example of what happens when cities and communities show leadership on climate adaptation, creating solutions that build resilience and improve people's day-to-day lives at the same time. A year ago, Kenya saw devastating floods, killing hundreds of people, destroying homes and displacing over 500,000 people. In 2024, there were disastrous floods in Brazil, Europe, Australia, and many other places. With climate change, we can all expect more extreme weather, and some of the worst impacts will be in rapidly growing cities like Nairobi, especially in informal settlements and places like this, before all that work to make Komb Green Park what it is today. Adapting our urban spaces to this threat is one of the greatest challenges we face with climate change. The leadership for that change often works best when it comes from communities like this. They know the conditions on the ground, they know the lives and work of the people who live in threatened areas, and when they participate in the solutions, they will be the ones to own the solutions, making sure they endure and continue growing. More and more cities and communities are showing that they can spearhead such climate adaptation projects. From urban forestry in places like Brazzaville in the Republic of Congo, to citywide action plans in Mumbai, India, and Campinas, Brazil. Locally led initiatives like what Nairobi and some of these other cities have accomplished can be replicated in other parts of the world. And when tailored well to local needs, they offer cities everywhere a really special opportunity to build resilient public spaces. This city and community level leadership is certainly something to watch for in 2025, especially with economic and political headwinds potentially disrupting climate action at the national level. The COP later this year in Brazil will also be important. It will focus on adaptation, so we are watching to see if there's more financial support for scaling these projects. Here in Komb Green Park, you see what can be done when climate action is community-led. It works, it's practical, it improves people's lives in ways beyond just emissions. And that is why the leadership of cities and communities is one of the World Resources Institute's stories to watch for 2025.